It was Division 3001, which had a bit of chaos going on before all of the madness pursued on other divisions. And here we're going to be showcasing what actually happened yesterday with GG and OKS. And even on top, I'm going to carry on and bring up the current game because I've woken up today, honestly, to a complete shock. So let's get into today's video. Hello everyone, yeah, smash a like, comment and subscribe for more daily videos. Me, MrSneakyy, the one and only, and we are here doing some PvP breakdown gameplay. And as you can see, GG are doing some craziness right now. They are pushing as hard as they can to try and basically turn off and take the DK / OKS Spire here, right? So it's a really big push from them. They've got all of their members online, and it is go time, DEFCON 5 for everyone here. And it is a really good push because what we're going to be showcasing is how this whole fight progresses. This is a 4-hour war, but I'm going to try and break it down within 20 minutes or less, right? So first things first, what you need to know. Right now in this fight, we do have a fog of war active. So this is really important because prior to this, GG had used their fog of war. So basically, we are now using our fog of war advantage to try and get more merits, as you can imagine, from the GG side, because now we're not taking any ranged damage with the fog of war, which is an amazing, pretty tempo swinging, you know, alliance skill, let's just say. But this was honestly crazy. So here, if you were wondering what I'm running, I'm actually running quad 4 times archers with one of the mages, and I'm running, as you can see, Craig as one of the pairings, but that's going to be Craig and Indis with Wyvern Riders, and that march surprisingly tanky. And this is just to let you guys know, all 4 of these marches, apart from the Magrat, because Magrat's kind of like my best hero march still performing, is T4, right? So everything's T4, apart from Magrat. That's my T5 march, because I only have enough troops for 1 march at the moment, so maybe in the future we can start fielding more and more. But look at it, bro. The Craig is out surviving the Syndrion, which is kind of crazy. And that's probably all because of the power of Indis. And we're running the Heart of Kamisy as well in this gameplay, because I'm running 4 archers. Why not run this and boost my archers a normal attack per turn, plus obviously help everyone else's, right, who might be nearby. So really good little quad combo here. I'm actually really enjoying Wyvern Riders. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna make a whole video on Wyvern Riders and why I think they're really good and why you should check them out now compared to before. But here is the big push back kind of from GG. So now you can see GG pushing over the bridge. They're getting that infantry in now, using even infantry rallies, as you can see right above me, and it's going to break in a moment to allow them to use more infantry behind and kind of swarm around. It's a really good tactic, I must admit, to get infantry in that lineup. But if we just fast forward, this fight is going to continue going for quite a while. You can see it's backwards and forwards, but eventually, while we put it back into real time, you can see GG starting to leak around. And this is, I thought, was kind of clever for them. However, it didn't work, right? Because what they were trying to do is obviously wrap around, and obviously our murder ball here is in fog of war. So they were kind of trying to force players out of our fog of war, right? If they want to deal damage to us, they need to move out. That's kind of their philosophy. Really good philosophy, I'm not going to lie. However, you'll notice we just kind of hold our ground. We're like, okay, if you want to stand there, we'll deal with the bridge guys first. And then once we've killed the bridge guys, we'll deal with the, you know, the guys down at the bottom. And the thing is, I started trying to kill some of them, and then we'd listen to the calls, and we're like, all right, we'll listen to the calls. We'll start dealing with the infantry behind us, deal with the infantry then in front, and keep moving forward. So this is the first major fight from him. You can see now, very key moment, the Spire has flipped. So they were successful in this fight. And this is kind of why I wanted to put this fight first, because this sets the whole tone for the whole evening. GG pushes through, does a fantastic job, and as you can see, I am not able to notice it in dot mode, but boom, GG do get the flip. So the GG Spire now is in control, and that could be starting to hit, obviously, our marches. It could also potentially hit buildings and stuff. It could do all sorts of crazy stuff. Who knows what it wants to do, right? It could target whatever. On top of this, you won't be able to see it at the moment, but just north of this area, once we get the, the troops back into the field here, just north of here is their bastion. You will see in a little bit of a gameplay, and I am going to do a full video on that too, but I wanted to give you guys a little heads up for it. But this was crazy. This is where everyone now was on definitely red alert. Everyone was getting pinged to get online if you wasn't online already. And I was here for a good time. I'm not gonna lie. I was here for a good time. I know you guys wanted probably me to stream it, but honestly, being in the Discord and recording it all like I have, I thought was a better choice, just so I can be there properly in this moment. In the future, I am going to try and live stream more, and I'm going to try and figure out a way I can listen to the Discord while you guys can't, just sorting out some sound settings. So don't worry, it's going to all change in the future. But I wanted to put this fight in, set the tone of the evening. Is able, OKS, are we able to get the Spire back? That is the question. GG putting a massive amount of force, pushing through and doing an amazing job here, right? So if we go into the next clip, going into the future of the fight, you can see this is us. I'm using, again, a different little bit of a setup here, and I kind of wanted to put this in the video just to showcase, look, I'm willing to test some spiciness. I'm not the guy who just says these things and doesn't do them. I'm testing them, right? And I'm testing the Nico and, as you can see, the Madeline. And still to this day, it wasn't too bad. I'm not going to lie. I do think if I change the Madeline skill like I want to try, it's going to perform a lot better. Especially if I put something on like the Kanara skill or even the Fear skill instead of the infantry one. I think it's going to be really good for that march, right? But then we were running Indis and Lilia, really good combo. I'm loving that combo now. I'm not going to lie with the changes to the Indis. And then Light of Soland was on that Mage March. I ran a second Mage March this time just to change it up a bit. And then I ran my Mag and Zay, and I brought back a little bit of Kanara and Syndron, so those hyper guys. So you can see what we're running there just to showcase it off. But the Fog of War, as you can see, is still going here. This is at 17:31, so this is about 15 minutes later after what we just kind of witnessed, me bringing back my troops. And we kind of want to just showcase this fight, just, a little bit more of a highlight of it. And what was crazy, you can see the infantry rallies here. We've got 3 infantry rallies from GG side coming in, pushing. One of them now actually being a Husk. And I'm guessing Huskanara, we'll soon find out if it breaks and you see the archer symbols or not. But they were really good, honestly, and give props where props due. GG were really good at getting troops where they needed to get troops. So you can see these rallies are right in the deep lines now, and you're going to start seeing them eventually break. And then they're going to use them either on the top murder ball or down below against DK. But here we go, look, there's the break. They're all swarming out, and you're going to see even more coming. And it was a really good way of trying to force us away from the DK fight just below. And you can see the little swarm from the bridge now leaking over too. So really good tactics on this whole fight. And if you just kind of fast forward it through, you can see it was pretty nice with this combo. You can see the Nico actually taking a lot of damage, a lot of heat. So that's why I want to try and change that one skill on Madeline and see if that's all we need, and putting him in a little bit more in a tanky position. And if we maybe double up, we'll soon find out today. Double up on the skills on one Legion March. Oof, this is going to be kind of sketchy. It's very, very scary. So get back into the gameplay. You can see here we have a really good pushback, and this is kind of why I wanted to have it in here. So this showcases why OKS, why I'm here, and why I'm really enjoying fighting here, because we don't give up. A lot of alliances might be thinking, bro, you're outnumbered, you're outgunned, just give up. But look, the guys that are willing to put in the shift, like myself, who are 4 marching, 5 marching, bro, you're gonna notice, look at the bridge. The bridge is getting awfully empty, boys. Awfully empty, and that's gonna allow us to now start dealing with that murder ball just south of the Spire. Look, I do a quick little check. I'm like, okay, we kind of got a little bit of breathing room right now. They're going on a refresh, or we've just taken out their troops clearly on the bridge, and now it's go time. And this is where I wish all of my marchers were T5, because look how fast I'm going. I am trying to target the healthiest march at first, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna click, boys. We're clicking away, click, 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 click. All with my archers, bro. Anyone that's a mage that has noticed that's out of position, I am just clicking and melting. And the thing is, even though this looks so impressive, I'm not gonna lie, and I was asking other T5 players in this situation, the merit reports weren't that crazy. So like the merit reports were averaging out between 20,000 with T5, going all the way up to around 40, maybe 45,000, depending on what you were using, how long it was out there. Because honestly, on both sides, everyone was getting targeted and everyone was doing a work. So when you've got targeted, you felt it, put it that way. And you can see over time here, my T4, they are hitting other T5 marchers still, and they are dying, right? They're slowly dying over time, which is a bit sad to see. But what's really interesting is the Nico is running normal spearmen, but the Kanara is running Wyvern Riders. And if you've noticed, the Wyvern Riders are surviving longer than the normal spearmen, which is one really cool thing that I must admit, that increased chance on the normal attack and HP feels honestly a lot better than the old one with the skill damage and HP. I don't know if they've buffed the inherit, stats as well, but Jesus, it feels really good. So try them out, your T4 Wyvern Riders. You'll be surprised on another Archer March how good they are, or even just T5, right? You can just use them as well. So we're going to go into the next clip. Keep moving on swiftly and keep pushing on, because this fight doesn't stop. So you can see at the time at the very top, 1739. We kind of just skip through. This is 1744. And this is where things start to turn over into our favor. So you can see as OKS, we are trying to destroy the Spire now. So we basically turn it off. We destroy the shield, make it inactive so we can kind of ignore it. But the problem is, we've noticed we don't technically have enough time in this showcase to take the Spire. So instead of actually trying to take the Spire, even though we've got some infantry around it, what we decide to do is focus on the main murder ball. Focus on the, guys that are on the bridge and stuff compared to everywhere else. And this time I brought some infantry out, and that's why I thought this was a really nice little bit of gameplay difference, right? We've seen archers so far, 2 out of 2. Let's get some infantry gameplay. And I'm running Goresh Skogul, obviously, with the Spiritborn Talk. Mine's only level 1 on the Spiritborn Talk, but I was running as well Madeline Nika. Madeline Nika, just for pure damage, guys. With, as well, the little Greymar's Warhammer. And my philosophy was quite clever. I'm going to try and taunt 10 players, but then I'm going to stun as many as I can as well, because then, even though they're all targeting me, they could be targeting me, and now they're not dealing damage for 4 seconds. So technically, I've pulled aggro. I'm tanking even better because I'm not taking any damage while still maintaining that taunt, basically, which is really, really powerful. And then at the back end, it's going to deal some more damage to him, obviously, when the stun finishes. So that's kind of how it worked, and this is kind of the merit reports for it. And you can see there, if you just kind of go back, the difference of Madeline and Goresh. So Madeline with that got 4.7k. Look at that, 4.7k. Did some really good tanking for a long time, but as soon as she got focused, absolutely, look at that dip. It was crazy. But when you look at the Goresh one, it's a little bit more steadier on the decline, and you earned nearly 3 times. Sometimes, if you want to say 2 times, it's almost 3 times, the merits, because that was 4k, this is 12k, right? Yeah, it's 4.7, this is 12.2, but let's just reduce it down to basic maths. We earned 3 times the merits, and that's just with Goresh Skogul. And the thing is, my Madeline and Nika, just to give you guys a perspective, My Madeline's 5533. My Nika is 5455. She's almost awakened, right? And my Goresh Skullgirl is, well, my Goresh is 5551, and my Skullgirl is 5511. So it's really budget, and yet it's performing so much better, even than a proper invested G1 hero, right? So I really wanted to put that in here as well, just to give you guys a little bit of an insight, and maybe when you're thinking about investing on heroes, and you're watching my gameplay here, and you hear my thoughts and my review on it all, you learn a little bit extra, right? So here's an important part. The fog has gone. The fog of war has gone. There's 27 minutes on the Spire until it basically resets, until we're going to go again. So basically, this fight is just us trying to deal some damage. You can see how much I've healed already. Over 1 million troops there. Nearly easy. I will showcase how much I've healed at the end of the video, don't worry. But we've got some showcase of the elixir healing and stuff, what we'll be able to do, buying some of the stuff out of the Goblin Merchant, nothing too crazy. But going back to the main fight here, we're running the 4 marchers again. So these are kind of like the 4 marchers I've been running with my archers. These two normally are the spearmen. So I have T5 on the Magrat, and then I have T4 and T5, so a mix of them both on the Syndrion. And then on the Kanara and then the Craig, that's Wyvern Riders, and they're doing really well. And I'm going to tell you, you're going to see a little bit of this video that will be a spoiler for a future video. We're going to go really in depth on the future video about Wyvern Riders, but boy, it is crazy. I even go here and try some old school Nico and thing. Yeah, we're trying to think, oh, do we try and, you know, swap troops about? That's kind of what we're doing here, thinking about stuff. But when we're going back to this, I wanted to showcase this Spire here, right? So the Spire timer is at 25 minutes. You can see it's got over nearly 30,000 to go. I think from the actual maths someone worked out, you just physically can't do it in time, which is fine. It's understandable, but it's good to know that, right? Instead of wasting troops trying to do it. So here becomes the fight again. We just start fighting across the bridge, seeing who is going to be able to get any sort of advantage over the course of time. And then is the big one, right? So this is when a lot of the shift is going to change. So here is on the 15-minute mark. You can see Ron just coming up to 1 hour of fighting already, pushing through here. GG doing a craziness, and we're going for basically just as many merits as we can. And you can see now we're starting to get some sort of destruction onto the actual Spire, right? We're thinking about doing it. We're trying to secure the space ready to actually destroy it for the future. And this is where I want to start to showcase, you know, some of the power of the Wyvern Riders and stuff, because this is why I've fallen in love with them. I'm going to be honest. I've fallen in love with them because of this stuff here. So what you're kind of watching, and I'm going to showcase some more of it, is you can see I've got 2 marches, right? And the Kanara and the Syndrion are Wyvern Riders, while my Magrat was a T5 march, and then my 2 mage marches are in support. And what you're able to do is, as you can see, look how far away that Kanara is, guys, from the Spire. It is insanely far away. And the crazy thing is, it's destroying the Spire from that range. So that just showcases the benefit of it. So what you're able to do is actually, you know, have you guys destroying the Spire if you want to be destroying the Spire. And then you can use your other marches, as you can see, like I'm doing, to just protect it. And then if it gets to the point where it's a bit too close to that builder and you want that builder to do something, you have the actual flexibility to instantly engage it into combat. You can just move it, you can reposition, you can do whatever you want on the fly. And that's kind of what I do here towards the end. But I just wanted to showcase this as a little spoiler for a future video that's going to be coming out on the game, right? So now there's another big push from GG, trying to stop us from taking the Spire. I do a bunch of healing. That's kind of what this is, just going through a bunch of healing there. And then we've got the fight. And this fight is the one. So Bear comes out on DK. DK does mess up, and they do recognize this in Discord. So I do shout out to the guys for saying, you know, oh, I messed up, you know, my bad. I like that. It's good, honestly, to see. But the OKS R4s didn't mind. They was like, bro, it's fine. Don't worry. We can try and use it if the leak over, which, you know, is kind of valid too. So it protects that point. And you can see... me in chat talking away, but you can see this fight now kicking off, and this is where we're going to witness again that same tactic. So you're going to watch my two Wyvern Riders start to destroy the Spire, and my Magrat is the only march I'm technically controlling now and what I care about. And look how good that is. We've got Wyvern Riders so far away that even if these infantry get to the Spire to destroy or target the builders, we've got so many builders technically over here passively hitting it from the get-go, and we know from the timer it's gonna destroy still with like something like 15 to 20 minutes spare. Boys, it is crazy, and it makes it really nice too, because you can see you can create this problem where GG know, they're like, bro, we can't let these guys just destroy this. They need to push through and make our builders, our Wyvern Riders, stop demolitioning and fight, right? And it's really cool. I think it's a really good change of gameplay, especially on the open field. And it causes a new problem that I didn't think was going to be in the game. And I like it. I actually like the problem because it creates a dynamic gameplay for players. So we're going to move on. I don't want to spoil too much of this bit. This is just to showcase, you know, what was going on from there. However, coming to the finale of things, you can see now we're at nearly 1900. So we did skip over an hour of worth of like fighting because it's going to be backwards and forth of this. But from this fight, this is where we finally, after obviously fighting and healing more, obviously we have to keep healing and healing, right? But after so long, guys, it was about, what, 3 hours, 4 hours of fighting, because we started around 1700, now it's 1900, basically what we're hitting. We finally take the Spire. After obviously resetting my troops out, GG, the tower, the Spire is there, 25 minutes on the clock. You can see the guys demolitioning away. I'm checking out stuff, obviously. Coming in now, doing the same tactic again, guys. Doing the exact same tactics. It's so good to do. And this is where we take the Spire back. Honestly, we take the Spire back after almost 3/4 hours of fighting, and it was an amazing little bit of gameplay. Honestly, this whole war here was amazing. I absolutely loved it, right? And the thing is, we did live stream this, so if you want to watch what happens soon as this finishes, you can on the live stream. But we were able to take that Spire, I promise you guys. And after that, it probably died down, I don't know, for around 5 to 6 hours. And then some craziness happened. I mean that, boys. Some craziness happened. So what we got to do is go into the main game. So this is the current time, right, of the recording. You can see it in the top corner, 9:20 in the morning, nice and early for you guys. And the crazy thing is, when I zoom out, because I had to teleport out to get the home rune, you know, and, you know, start to heal up. When I come back this morning, GG, commendable, big W to you guys, because down in our downtime, especially when I was asleep, they went, they pulled the trigger and they took back the Spire, guys. And not only did they take back the Spire, they have put a 1 and 2 flag little bit of coverage, right? And they are destroying, as you can see, this little DK flag here. If the game wants to load up, it's been a little bit laggy today. I don't know why the game's been like that, but they are destroying this flag here, which is really interesting to see. And us, obviously, having to adjust. We're having to have to build around and stuff and build. So we'll see what happens. I don't know what the game plan is. I don't know if we're going to be coming again head on. You can see another building coming here from the guys of GG. Tag in this next, obviously, flag to start pushing back these extra TP spots. So that is the current time. And the thing is, I am going to be live streaming a little bit later, maybe just before this goes live, who knows, or just after this goes live. Because as a heads up, guys, 1 hour from now, Star of Hope is unlocked, meaning we're going to be able to do the Mastery Monolith expansion live, and I'm going to be able to answer all of your questions. We can do all the testing that we need to do with Mastery skills now properly, instead of assuming on how it works from all the info we've had. So if you enjoyed the video, smash like, comment, and subscribe, guys. You know what it is. It's MrSneakyy and one. Until the next one, stay safe, stay sneaky. Peace out.